Diwali party last year with him and some other friends, Sahil and some other. And actually what I really loved is that when we left, somebody came to him and touched his food.
Oh yes, correct.
So...
Hello, namaste, bonjour, moyen. Welcome back to a new vlog. I hope आप सब लोग बहुत अच्छे और स्वस्थ हैं। आज मैं पहुंच गई हूँ लक्समबर्ग के पार्लियामेंट के बाहर और कुछ ही देर में मैं पार्लियामेंट के अंदर जाने वाली हूँ और आप लोगों को कंप्लीट व्यू दिखाने वाली हूँ कि अंदर से पार्लियामेंट दिखता कैसे है, मिनिस्टर्स कहाँ बैठते हैं, कैसे डिसीजंस लेते हैं, एवरीथिंग इनसाइड द पार्लियामेंट। अभी तो फ़िलहाल मैं बाहर वेट कर रही हूँ अंदर जाने का, तो जैसे ही अंदर जाती हूँ आपको ब्लॉग बना के दिखाऊंगी। ये मेरी फ्रेंड्स हैं श्वेता और प्रज्ञा। अभी आप ये सोच रहे होंगे कि मैं ये पार्लियामेंट विजिट में क्यों और कैसे आई हूँ, तो आपको बता दूँ कि लक्समबर्ग में एक पॉलिटिकल पार्टी है CSV। उनकी जो डेप्यूटी जनरल सेक्रेटरी हैं जिनका नाम क्लारा है, उन्होंने ये विज़िट ऑर्गेनाइज करवाई थी। मुझे तो ये इन्फॉर्मेशन फेसबुक में मिली थी, वन ऑफ द लक्समबर्ग ग्रुप्स में, जहाँ पे उन्होंने रजिस्ट्रेशन का इन्फॉर्मेशन डाला था और मैंने रजिस्टर किया। एंटर करते ही कुछ ऐसा दिखता है अंदर से पार्लियामेंट। ये विजिटर्स एंट्री है और राइट साइड में एज़ यूजुअल बैग्स चेक हो रहे हैं। अगर आप विज़िट पे आ रहे हैं तो अपना पासपोर्ट या परमिट लेना मत भूलें, क्योंकि यहाँ वो भी चेक होगा।
So I think it's all of us. Yes, thank you so much for joining. My name is Clara Morano. I'm Deputy Secretary General of Expats Voting. This is one of the political parties in Luxembourg. But it's also important to know that we are the first party to have created an organization which is dedicated to the international community. This was already in 2008, so it's not something new. So we are the party of the local and the international community, really trying to to create bridges between the communities, because it's important. Politics concerns us all. Concern you, those who have children. So we are the party that tries to make these bridges between the local and the international community. And that's why we are here, because in 2017, when I was a candidate with our guest speaker tonight, who's the alderman of the city of Luxembourg and also MP here, so this is his place of work. So I was in his team. I was a political candidate, and I was told that foreigners are not really interested in politics. And I said, no, it's not true. We just need to speak to them in a language that they understand. And that's why we started afterwards a series of events to demystify politics. What is politics? Let you have this direct contact with our politicians, you know, so that you can ask direct questions. What do you do? What's about that? You know, so that's why we have, every time we organize this visit, one of our MPs, and hopefully he's also our next mayor, hopefully. Yes, and so it's important that you have this direct contact with him and with me and with our colleagues from the party and other parties, because what's important is that you get committed and involved. It's not just in our party, but in any party. Just to have your voice heard. Of course, we would prefer that you come to us.
Yeah.
But of course, but we would like this. Our message is that get involved in politics because it really concerns you. And it's not only when it gets really bad, but you have to get involved a little bit earlier. So that's our message tonight, and we are here to answer and also to hear your opinions and your comments, because it's not just, we don't have a message that we just shout out. We are here to listen and to exchange. So feel free when we go to the plenary room also to express your ideas and your comments to our MP. And so the floor is yours, Seb. Thank you so much for being available for us tonight. We know that you're very busy, so we appreciate this opportunity. And yeah.
Thank you, Clara. everybody, my name is Serge Wilmers. I'm MP since 2011 and since 2017 Deputy Mayor of the city of Luxembourg. That's why she said I'm busy, because I'm more busy now, I have to admit, as Deputy Mayor than as MP. And it's also because we are in a position, so it's not the best job if you are in a position, if it's very important. And like Clara said, it's something very human, politics. It's done by human beings for human beings. So I'm also a very normal citizen, even if I'm elected, doesn't make me special. And it's just having different responsibility. But it's very important, this kind of events and visits, also because this building...
अभी जिनको आपने सुना, तो वो जो लेडी थी उनका नाम है क्लारा, जो कि डेप्यूटी जनरल सेक्रेटरी हैं CSV पार्टी की, और उनके साथ जो स्पीकर थे वो है मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट। अब हम ऊपर आ चुके हैं और वो जगह देखेंगे जहां एक्चुअली मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट और स्पीकर्स बैठते हैं और डिसीजंस लेते हैं, वोट करते हैं, एक्सेट्रा। और एक बात, एक सरप्राइज़ है आपके लिए एंड में। फॉर्चुनेटली मुझे मौका मिला क्लारा को इंटरव्यू करने का, एंड मैं बहुत ज़्यादा प्रिपेयर्ड तो नहीं थी, पर मैंने 2-3 क्वेश्चन पूछे। एंड आप वीडियो लास्ट तक देखिएगा, क्योंकि मैंने इंडियंस के बारे में भी क्वेश्चन पूछे हैं, और आप ज़रूर देखिएगा कि उन्होंने इंडिया के लोगों के बारे में या उनका एक्सपीरियंस विद इंडियन जो शेयर किया है वो कैसा रहा है।
So how does it work? We have, of course, like democracy, you have the position to majority. We have 60 parliamentarians sitting in these two rows. On this side, majority is 31 seats, and on this side, position is 29 seats. So it's the smallest majority we have in the Luxembourg parliament. If they lose one parliamentarian, we are working on it. Yeah, well, I won't tell you later, but that's... So, and the government is sitting on this place, but I see that nobody has the courage to sit on the Prime Minister's seat, difficult seat. I could sit, but you're just on the government place, so we have 18 ministers. The minister cannot be part of this parliament, so if you are a parliamentarian and you go to government, you have to resign as a member of parliament, because we consider that we have a separation of power and that executive power and legislative power have to be completely separate. But of course, government can come in, are allowed to come in whenever they want in parliament, discuss with us, but not to vote. It's a monocameral system, not in like other countries where we have the parliament and the Senate or second chamber. We are a system with just one chamber, but we have a state council. The state council is not an elected body, it's a chosen body by government, parliament, by advisory, who has as only aim to control if what we vote here in parliament is constitutionally correct. And if they think that it's not constitutionally correct, they can not give it for free, they have to vote it, they control it. And if they decide that it's not correct constitutionally, that's a problem, they can stop it, but not definitely stop it. If they don't agree with what we have voted, we have to vote it a second time, and we have to wait 3 months after doing our first vote. It's post constitution of 48, just the guys who wrote it on this time were thinking that we need 3 months to think about it. We have passed it today, but the constitution says we have to think about it for 3 months and then again if state constitution business. So you know that there are 3 parties: the Liberal Party, the Green Party, and the Socialist Party. We have 4 parties for the moment in opposition. The CSV, our party, has 21 seats from 60 and 21 from 29 opposition. You have the RDR, which is more or less conservative right party, who has 4 seats. You have the extreme left party, who has 2 seats, and you have the Pirate Party, knows where they are, but they are not here. So we have two seats sitting on this side. Voting is an electronic vote, and so if you touch screen, so it isn't like in Westminster where you have to go to one vote, there's no longer to move. But we vote electronically, you have immediately out, and the votes are of course counted. So whatever we vote, everybody can control of what which is normal for parliament.
I think really it is also that to get us able to do our work as good as possible. Look, we really try. In the CSV, we have really also that really want to look after all the citizens, really, for all your problems also. And then, as you just heard, there are elections. We have to get voted. So we have to talk to our voters, that they understand and they vote for us. If you are not voters, it's very hard to put your issues at the center of the political discourse. So you see what I mean? Yeah. You have to get involved. You have to put you in the political discourse. You really want it.
We are in the Business Chamber of Luxembourg, and I am the president of that. First of all, I am feeling quite honored to be here and to be interacting with all of you. India Luxembourg Chamber of Commerce for the last 10 years has been inviting government ministers and member parliaments to our events, and I must express our thanks that they have been quite gracious, and we had a very good, quite enriching experience of interacting with each of them. So I think this is one of the great advantages, I think, of Luxembourg, that the ministers are accessible. They come and they freely interact, as we are seeing now also with you. But the message which I am conveying to our members this year is that get inspired by Luxembourg. I am telling them that if you see the size of Luxembourg as a country is small, but if you see Luxembourg's voice in Europe is one of the strongest. So the size doesn't matter. It's your mind and your thinking and your voice which matters.
Thank you so much, Clara, for organizing the tour of the Parliament for us. It was really interesting and knowledgeable to know about your party and what your party is doing for the people. However, I have some questions and I wouldn't take much of your time because I know that you're too busy and you need to go for the dinner. So I understand, and I'm sure that you've met a lot of expats and immigrants coming from different countries to Luxembourg. So what is it one thing you find in common in those people?
That's a great question, and if I have to choose just one thing, I think it's all of us expatriates are looking to make friends, new friends.
Correct.
Because we arrive all to a new country, we don't have our support group around us. And I think that's one thing that we are really trying to find some people we could get along. It could be 2 people, it could be 10, depending on how sociable we are or how extrovert we are. But I think this is one thing that is common to all of us.
You're absolutely right, because when I came here first, I was looking for someone to connect to talk to, maybe a known person or a friend. So I'd like to move on to my next question. So being an Indian, I really want to ask this question. Have you ever experienced is this a good memory of someone you met from India that has impacted or affected your life in a good way? Like, is there an experience or memory that you have of them?
Yes, there is one thing that I always, I remember really because it marked me a little bit. I have a good friend who's actually also in the party, and he's the founder of the Indian Business Chamber of Commerce
that's
here
great.
in Luxembourg,
Yeah.
Sundir. And I went to the Diwali party last year with him and some other friends, Sahil and some other. And actually what I really loved is that when we left, somebody came to him and touched his food.
Oh yes, yes, correct.
So,
that's the tradition.
I'm so humbled by this gesture because it shows how much you guys respect the elderly, you know. And I thought that, wow, this is like, I felt, you know, my skin
goosebumps,
was like,
yeah.
Really, this really had a huge impact on me. And I talked to my friends afterwards, and they told, yes, this is a sign of respect. And I love that. I love that you have this respect in your community for the elder people, and that's something I really,
yeah, that's kind of a blessing, taking blessing from elders. One last question. What comes in your mind when you first hear the word, like the country India?
Yes, of course, the first thing would be food.
Have you tried any?
Yes, but there is a second thing actually that comes to my mind, and this is a woman that I really admire.
Okay.
And it's Indira Gandhi, because she was the second woman ever elected head of state in the world, and also because I'm passionate about languages. She was the one who actually inscribed in the constitutions the use of both languages, Hindi and English. And I find this amazing because you have this such big advantage towards everybody, you know, like using since you're a child all these two languages. So that's why I really admire her, also for other things. But so this would be the two things that come right away into my mind.
Yeah, you know more than me about India, I think. But thank you so much for giving your time and answering questions for me. Thanks a lot for this tour as well, and I won't take much of your time. Thank you
so much as well.
Yeah.
आज के इंटरव्यू और विज़िट दोनों हो गई है ख़त्म। और गाइस, इंटरव्यू के बाद क्लारा ने मुझे languages.lu का लग्जमबर्गिश लैंग्वेज लर्निंग कार्ड गिफ्ट किया है। वो वीडियो मैं इस वीडियो के बाद डाल दूंगी, ज़रूर देखिएगा। साथ ही आज का व्लॉग कैसा लगा मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में बताइएगा। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग।
It's a game where you have a description of the person in both Luxembourgish and English, and you have to guess.
You need to tell the name of the person.
Yes. So it's the opposite. So, but I'm telling you who it is just because it was really the purpose of bringing you the game. So it's because I really think that she's very inspiring, and I included her in my game.
We are obliged.